Welcome to my YouTube channel once again, Sweets Forever. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cook some oxtail. Now we Jamaicans, we normally will pressure cook our oxtail, but today I just want to show you a different way of cooking it. This is how I cook it. I don't like to pressure my meat. I like when it is slow cook. So I'm going to be boiling my oxtail with some garlic in it to tenderize it. And this is like about 6 pounds of oxtail. So I'm gonna cover and let it boil on medium until the meat is simmered down. Over here I have my peas. We call it beans here in America. So I have my thyme leaf and I also have my garlic in it. So I'm gonna put these beans to boil until it's softened. Then I'm going to show you how to do some Jamaica rice and bean with oxtail. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. I'm back again to show you how my oxtail turned out. It's all tenderized and nicely cooked. So guess what? I'm going to be transferring this into another pot. This is how I do it. I don't use pressure cooker. But if you use a pressure cooker, of course, your meat is going to cook a little faster. I like when my oxtail is slow cooked, so I boiled it until it's tender. So now I'm going to transfer this meat into a bowl, which I'm going to season up. I'm going to season it, but the water, the juice from the oxtail, I'm going to reuse it. After I season my meat and fry it up with the vegetable and stuff like that, I'm going to pour back the water from the oxtail inside of it. So some of the seasoning I'm going to use on my oxtail, I'm going to be using black pepper, some black pepper. I'm going to be using some Caribbean meat seasoning. I'm going to be using some La Choy teriyaki, and I'm also going to be using some chicken flavor bouillon. So, and the last but not least, some oxtail seasoning. So these are my mixture that I'm going to be putting in my oxtail. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this and I'll show you exactly what to do. I'll be right back. So now I transfer my oxtail into a different pot. So I'm going to add my seasoning onto it. My black pepper. I'm gonna stir around. This is how I do it, so everything is well seasoned. So some black pepper, right? Then I'm going to add my teriyaki La Choy. Jeez, this makes your oxtail taste so good, like really good. Oxtail seasoning, oxtail seasoning. They have the beef one that you can use, the cow one. They didn't have any, so I'm using this one. And then we're gonna mix it all up. So this is what you're gonna do while your pot is being heated up with some oil. And then you're gonna toss in. And then we're gonna add our vegetables. Ready to go. Guys, my pot is hot and ready for my oxtail. Now this is the remainder, the juice from my oxtail that I boiled early on. Remember I said to save it. So now we're gonna toss in our oxtail in the pot. I like to fry up my oxtail with, let me see this a minute there. I like to fry it up with some scallion and some thyme and hot pepper and garlic. You know, I like to make my oil saute with all that and get in all the flavors. So I'm gonna toss it in right now. So we're gonna stir it everything so you guys can see. Oh gosh, you guys want to smell this. So of course it's gonna produce some more juice that you're gonna have in your pot. You're gonna have more juice. So when you add this on it, you're gonna have enough gravy to serve on your food. So while it is cooking, you're gonna cover, let it simmer like about for the next 10 minutes before we're adding in our vegetables and pour the remainder of our gravy on it. I'll be right back to show you. Look at your oxtail. You see all the juice it's producing again? Right. So you're gonna have enough gravy to serve on your rice. Simmering down very nicely. Smells so good. For my oxtail, here I have some chopped vegetables. Remember to always wash your vegetables before you chop them. Now I have some onions, I have some carrots and some bell peppers, and I also have some chopped leeks. Now you can add whatever vegetable you like. Some people don't use bell peppers, some people don't like onions, so you can put whatever vegetables you want while you're sauteing your oxtail before you pour the gravy on top of it. And I'm gonna put it in the pot right now that I have warmed up with some vegetable oil. So okay guys, my oxtail is ready to take on all these lovely vegetables. Oh, those are running out of the pot. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and toss them all in and simmer to cook. Guys, I'm telling you, this oxtail tastes so good. The oxtail still have so till. I wish I could share it with you guys. The oxtail just nice. All right guys, we are gonna cover this now and we're gonna let the vegetable kick in with the oxtail before we put the remainder of the gravy on top of the meat, and then it's ready to serve. Look at that. Jeez, it looks so good and it tastes so delicious. My oxtail is ready, so I'm gonna add a last ingredient into it. I'm gonna use some Goya butter beans. The best one is to use is the Grace, of course. We love to use Grace butter bean. What is oxtail without butter bean? You have to have that butter bean in your oxtail. Now remember, I told you guys to save the gravy, the juice from the oxtail when you boiled it. So this is it. I already poured it in. So there you have your gravy. So now you just mix up some of the butter bean in your oxtail. Leave it to simmer for 5 minutes, then ready to serve. Okay guys, I am back now to show you my peas, otherwise known as beans. My peas is well cooked. I cooked it in some thyme leaf and some garlic, also some pimento seed, as you can see. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use my Grace coconut milk. I'm gonna pour it in. I'm gonna pour my Grace coconut milk in there, and I'm gonna stir it around. So you're gonna let your coconut milk boil up with your peas, and then I'm gonna be adding some sazonador. You know, I like using this seasoning. It's kind of natural, and I'm gonna put some in the pot, and I'm gonna also add some black pepper in there. So I'm gonna wash my rice, and then I'm gonna come back and pour it in. So I'm gonna let all of this simmer down, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so as you saw, me putting in some sazonador seasoning, some Grace coconut milk, and I also added black pepper in it, and I also added some garlic and salt, and you can also put a little bit of brown sugar in it, and then you can season and taste it and see if it's okay for your liking. So I have my fresh thyme in it again, and I have my pimento seed in it, and I have my habanero pepper or hot pepper inside of my boiled piece. Now I have this that we call green onions, scallions. We are gonna rub it like this, drop it in the pot. We're gonna stir it around. Now I'm gonna get my rice. So wash your rice and then you can drop your rice in. I'm getting my rice. I'm pouring my rice in. It's a lot of rice. I'm cooking for a huge family. So you're gonna stir it around. So I'm using jasmine rice. So you're gonna stir everything around. Everything around. That's what it's gonna look like. So you're gonna leave it to cook and leave it to simmer until your rice is properly cooked. I'll be right. Okay guys, this is the finale of my rice and peas or rice and bean. It's cooked nicely, shelly and nice. Tastes so good. And also my oxtail is ready to be served. So I'll be right back to plate up and enjoy this delicious dinner. How to make some homemade coleslaw. As you can see, I have my shredded cabbage, I have my sweet peppers, and I have my carrots, and I have my purple onions. So I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that I use to make my homemade coleslaw. Okay, the ingredients that I'm gonna be using mayo. I'm gonna be using about half of this mayo. Well, you can measure it to the extent that you want it. I'm gonna be using half. Because you want it to be, you want it to cover everything. Okay. Okay, this is half of it. All right. Then we're gonna add some lemon and pepper. Now this is my type of coleslaw. I'm making this. You're gonna sprinkle some in there. Now you can use the garlic powder without salt, but I'm gonna use garlic and salt. Sprinkle a little. I'm also gonna be using a cork full of apple cider vinegar. You can also use the white vinegar if you like, but I'm gonna use the apple cider. A cork full. Then I'm gonna pour some sugar in. I'm gonna be doing like 3 teaspoons of sugar. And then we're gonna mix all the ingredients in. So I'm gonna add